Hello, and welcome to American Dreamland. I'm Max Chavez.
And I'm Misty Stone.
And I'm Christopher Walken.
Sorry we've been delayed and weird with our episodes. Fuck you, we're celebrating love. Happy birthday to the only couple that has guested on this podcast, Will and Hazel. Congratulations on your marriage.
Hazel been on?
She was on a Survivor episode you weren't on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So don't worry, we'll probably in the next couple weeks release an episode I'm probably going to call B-Sides, which is just all of our fun Lindsey Graham and Stormy Daniels jokes. So don't worry. But congratulations to the couple. Had a wonderful trip in Portland visiting them and celebrating love. And it seems with all of our politic talk lately, we're doing another. We should call these Nightcrawler episodes, which is Misty and I did a series of depressing, pertinent, timely episodes, and we're like, fuck it, Fresno Nightcrawler time. So we're doing a post Coast to Coast Art Bell from his show Midnight in the Desert. When it was an open lines episode with a special line dedicated to I Married an Alien. Because it's
was late era, right? This is like 2015.
It was late.
There was
you can tell because he starts the top of the show like going over Facebook drama.
Yes. Yeah, oh my god. We'll definitely get to that. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about the episode about love and marriage here in the 21st century. And a lot of fun stories of what we've been up to the last couple of weeks. But I do just want to say at the top, as much as we make fun of his politics and weird conservatism and love of America, God, it was so refreshing listening to this episode because it's just like, yeah, the only difference between this and like a classic Coast to Coast Art Bell episode is he's like mentioning what the world was in 2015. It was it's what Coast to Coast should be right now, which is just like the same awesome vibe, but just a couple like uses of slang like Skype or whatever that clearly put it in a time frame, but otherwise amazing.
Yeah. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a fun episode. I mean, Arts just has the knack to talk to people, cut them off when they need to be cut off. Nori lets them just go and go and go.
You know what? The perfect thing of Art Bell, he's able to give people enough of their moment, like, congratulations, you got on. But when they fucked up on the line they were supposed to call, he was just like,
axe them.
I will allow you to introduce yourself and have your moment because I know this is special for you, but there are rules that must be followed.
Yes. And I got to appreciate him for that.
Mm-hmm. And also, you can tell it's 2015 because of Facebook drama that goes on. And Art Bell is my favorite messy bitch because I think in his mind, he does believe he's above it all and is just trying to be transparent. But subconsciously, there's always just a few things of like, oh, so you got an offer from the other show, which is what he refers to as Coast to Coast, during his later broadcasting career. And then also like says enough where it's like, he's able to, it's a magical ability he has, be able to neutrally describe the situation, but just poke the bear enough for all of that to be like, no, I need to find out what's going on. Oh, I have no problem with a person who's being let go or is leaving from the job, but I am happy they're leaving because I was mediating between the two people with a problem, and it was stressful.
He's like, that's why I was down the last episode, guys.
Yeah.
If you noticed.
It is always nice when Art gets a little bitchy, like when he was telling people how Skype worked. Like he kept going, yes, before we start open lines.
You don't understand this already.
Yeah, like this is, just before we start this, here's how this works. Also, there's a phone number.
Yeah. I like when he goes, Did you not listen to me in the beginning?
Yeah.
Did you not listen?
Also, like, as much as like he has weird things or something, there's this normalcy to Art Bell. Like in a later part of it, like when he's talking to a woman who's like, "Oh, I saw something, but all I had to take a picture of it with was my iPhone." He responds like, "iPhone, great camera, not good for distances." Like, ah, yes, this is technology in our lives. I'm not going to be a weird old man about it, but I'm not going to be like a hyper nerd and start talking about conspiracy theories regarding Tim Apple or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He was pretty good this episode. Pretty consistent, going through his callers as he does, cutting them off when needed to, when they don't follow his rules. But I would say I don't think we got any like. Now this one was supposed to be the married to an alien line.
Yeah,
and I feel like there was no good I'm married to an alien.
There was some that I was expecting more married to an alien.
Mm-hmm.
I think because we got confused when we decided to do it. We were excited because it's like, oh, married to an alien. We thought there might be a guest or whatever. It was just a pure open lines episode, which was still amazing. That had a dedicated line to I was married to an alien. He probably should have picked up more calls from that, but I can definitely tell after a certain point he was like, the best conversation I've had this evening is with a woman who was scared to talk on the radio and saw a ghost. So maybe I should just get more general stories than these losers who just have bad marriages.
But of the few that were the married to an alien calls, like I was texting you guys before, there's like two main types, right? One is where, oh, my wife just started being cold and distant and frigid, and she's obviously replaced by an alien.
Yeah.
And then the
or she tricked them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think two calls in particular we're going to be spending a lot of time on, but it was somewhat nice in a way because like I was listening on the road down, and my partner was listening, and as soon as she heard, oh, difficult cold fridge marriage, she just went like, oh, it's probably because of all the cheating you're doing. And it was very precious of like, oh, clearly someone has done something wrong and won't accept responsibility. That's why there's a breakdown in the marriage. And I just had to kind of subtly tell her, it's like, you know, babe, sometimes people can commit not everything even resembling an act of infidelity in a marriage, and then just be such a general fuck up that the person who married them thinks they've made a huge mistake.
But
yeah.
Sometimes the husband just has bad vibes.
So there's that. I think that was the majority of them.
Oh,
and
yeah.
There were a couple that were more of like, this is the freaky role play we do where like she's an alien. Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't think we got anyone that was like reads as like, I'm genuinely married to an alien.
I think there was. It was.
I know. I think the like, oh, my wife's frigid now. They probably some of them believe that she's actually an alien because like they can't process that it could just be normal marriage problems because they're the best husband ever, right?
Oh yeah. Well, the moment so maybe we should start with that one because I think it was the first one.
Yeah.
So it was just like, my wife's a frigid cold bitch, basically, is how that went. And I was clued in when he said, also my mom agrees with me.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, I know. I was like, I know exactly the type of husband you are. She's been dealing with your overbearing boy mom.
Oh yeah, I think a good like just before we get really deep into that one, just a quick overview is apparently in Midnight in the Desert, Art Bell had interviewed what was it, like Dr. Graham or something, about how there were alien human hybrids and like they were hidden amongst us.
Chimeras.
Chimeras.
They're back.
Yeah, it was great. And so he was like, well, statistically speaking, there must be enough. If there's X number of aliens that could just biologically infiltrate our society, X number of people must be married. So let's just have a line and see what it's like.
We should do the episode that sparked this episode because it was like he interviewed someone. We should do that one. I think that would be more interesting.
The other one, if we're just shitty things, is and apparently there are a few of them. Our next Art Bell should either be that guy or it should be one of his open line episodes with an Antichrist line.
Because they referenced that, and I'm like, that would be good too.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have something to say about the Antichrist.
No, they use people claiming to be the Antichrist.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's even more amazing.
The credit to Dana Gould's a classic Art Bell joke of that perfectly describes him as like, sir, I'm not saying you're not the Antichrist. I'm merely noting that you have a completely different story from our other callers on the I'm the Antichrist line tonight. I'm just trying to figure out just clarity on your position and how it compares to other things I've seen.
Right.
So yeah, first call on that line was a man who claimed that he'd been married like a number of years. Like this was a long-term marriage.
Yeah. Definitely at the end of its rope.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Not having fun. Basically, he just kept saying though that his wife's stone cold bitch now.
She's a cold bitch who won't have sex with me or converse with me and leaves the room when I start complaining about how all my coworkers hate me for me telling it like it is, quote unquote.
Yeah, and my mommy agrees with me. So that's basically how that one went. And it's just so...
It was so good. It was a classic Art Bell because he is aware he is not like... He understands that if you call in and you go, hi, I'm Art Bell. I did Coast to Coast for 20 years. I'm synonymous with the American UFO movement and paranormal research. If I tell you to go to therapy, it's only going to create more of a depression cycle. So my job is just to play along with you enough so you have enough realization to realize what your problem actually is or that you need help.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know if this was the second one, but there was this guy that talked about, like, I don't know if, like, he said that he knew that his wife was an alien at this point, but he said that like aliens took him up in a ship and then watched them fuck.
No, that was that was a separate call. This guy, so first call was entirely I think at a certain point people started to lose the thing. And I guess I should bring up a question I have is like throughout the entire thing, Art Bell is always, first of all, he just immediately defaults to make sure your wife isn't listening. And even if I'm with the presumption that Art Bell was a supporter of gay marriage at the time, and would just default to everyone's spouse as a partner, he knew that only men married to women would be calling in.
Yes, he was very aware. He kept saying, make sure your wife's not listening. And I was like, he knows. He knows. It's only going to be men.
Yeah. Do you think that it was like... Yeah, do you think he knew what he was doing? I.e., that it was... Because it's one thing to be like, I don't believe in this. Here's a lie to like joke around and I'm only going to get fake stories. But it's like instinctively he knew like these people may believe it, they may not, but it's all going to be like, I have issues with my marriage that I refuse to address.
Oh, yeah. I feel like at this point, I mean, Art knows his audience for sure. It's 2015. And then also he's been through a couple marriages himself. So I think he's well aware.
Mm-hmm.
that we're not going to get a serious story. I think Art knows that about his shows in general because he has his like highlights of people that you're like Mel's Hole, and we bring up Mel's Hole in this episode again.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. But yeah, that was actually kind of interesting. Is it was this one I think was better than because sometimes with Coast to Coast you'll just get like random people who like don't always know what's going on, but this was like all people like we know the Art Bell thing. Even the like one clearly fake call was like, I know exactly the type of joke that Art Bell will like. So
Yeah.
he also had the decency, shows how true Art Bell's is. He was a man from Northern Ireland. He called on the international line to talk about being married to an alien. He knew not to jump for the people who may have a real story because you never know.
Yeah, so there was the guy that said that him and his wife got taken up into a ship and aliens watched them fuck, and then he watched aliens fuck, and apparently the aliens they'd fuck and immediately produce a baby.
It took 8 seconds. There'd be a baby. They mentioned they were worried about him speeding up at the end.
That would be the worst. That would be the worst.
What, having to like fuck in front of aliens?
No,
just having a baby.
Having a baby.
Yeah,
having
just
sex.
Immediately. Yeah, just it's just immediate. Like that's awful.
Do you think like that it's well, here's how it'd be a problem. If aliens get horny, it's a problem. If they're like, we just have to do this process to continue our species, it'd be like, okay, whatever. But if they're constantly like, ugh, I need to touch my tentacle to another tentacle and vibrate real bad right now, I can't think straight, then that society's screwed.
Just babies everywhere.
Everywhere.
Or do they just, it's like a choice, like they have control over it?
Like pandas, they can self-abort.
They have to have control. Oh, like whether or not they make a baby?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh, like, we're not making a baby this time. No baby this time.
Yeah. Yeah, like do they get to choose?
It's like that one conservative says that the body knows how to shut all that stuff down.
Oh, if it's a legitimate rape.
Yeah, if it's a legitimate rape.
Oh God. There was a thing, like, also he opens up the episode talking about a mass shooting and provides no details, which was absolutely just an absolute thing. Because here's the reason that Art Bell just said, like, oh, here's the mass shooting, and then reporting on some stuff, but giving no details about the mass shooting. Because, folks, this may be hard for you, but even in 2015, that was a time when you talked about there was a mass shooting in the news, we were only talking about one mass shooting.
Yeah.
Like, everyone listening at the time knew exactly what story he was talking about.
And then if we're talking about, because part of the episode we're talking about a hybrid alien human babies because of the struggle of their species dying out, need avenues to reproduce. So why would an alien kidnap a couple, watch them have sex, and then go, well, this is how we make a child?
Well, wait a minute. Wasn't this the New Orleans guy?
Was it the New Orleans man?
Because I feel like the guy who said we got abducted and aliens made us make whoopee in front of them. I feel that was also the guy who said his wife bled green.
No, different.
Oh, different guy. Okay, then yeah.
So the guy where he got taken up and they watched him do it, right? He said that they eventually got divorced, right? Because he's like, oh no, she's an alien too. That's what I thought. Like at the time when he got taken up, I think that he didn't know, quote unquote, that she was an alien at the time.
Now, we also don't know that...
I'm not sure. It wasn't really clear. Like, his story wasn't really all that clear to me.
Yeah, he was just, I had sex in front of aliens. Here's how the other aliens had sex. My wife was involved.
Manipulated.
Okay. Can I just, like, this is another thing, like... everything is always a story. Like that's a subplot in Slaughterhouse-Five is that they're in the zoo and it's him and a porn star and it's explicitly to make love on like Trafalgar or something. But here's the thing: he did not sound like someone who has read a Kurt Vonnegut novel, so I don't know if it was just he understood that through osmosis and was like, I think that happened to me.
Maybe. And maybe what's really happening, maybe if his wife was the alien, she got pregnant and they were just taking the baby.
Maybe
She was a separate alien. Like,
alien?
My wife's a bitch of a like reticuli, and I hate her. But we were kidnapped by the Xanthians or whatever. So
yeah,
it's like, this. But also, we didn't divorce for alien reasons. So here's a weird alien thing that happened to us.
And now, do you think he thought in the moment that his wife was in on it, like when it happened, or do you think only after the divorce?
Well, she was acting very alien to him because she wouldn't understand the sweat equity that gave him an extra share of the boat they probably sold or whatever.
Do you think he like talked to her about this? He was like, remember when we were taken up, we were kidnapped by the aliens? And that also led to a divorce because she's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Do you think, I don't know, I guess because I've led like a kind of like, I don't know, abnormal, I don't know, I don't want to say weird life, but an abnormal life. It's like, or maybe it's just my mindset of like, yeah, this weird thing happened, and if I misremembered, it's just to tell it as a better story, not to try and like rationalize it. So like, do you think this is just like our marriage fell apart after I like basically told my wife I was gonna divorce unless we tried a swingers club, and it was just the worst experience of their life? And he was like, "Remember when we got abducted by aliens and people watched us have sex?" She's like, "No, I remember you were an asshole and made me go to that stupid club and people watched us and it was weird as hell."
Yeah. And then there was a lot of drugs involved, so.
Dude, honestly, I think I'll say this: as I said that there was a story I want to see, and I think these are the absolute people who, unfortunately, these are the people who are supporting George Norris still, and essentially is in Oregon we stopped by a rural gas station just off the 5, and it was me and my partner and the kids. So like, you know, typical family at a gas station, like getting snacks, filling up or whatever. So I handled the kids while my partner handled the gas. So I went into the store, which is really good because she would not have noticed this and I did. On it, there is a sign like right next to the like however much Pall Malls are or whatever, that was like, we in this business do not support unconstitutional mandates about healthcare choices. And I was just like, holy shit. Rule Oregon 2026 anti-vax.
They put that up like during lockdown and just never took it down.
Oh, of course.
Oh no. I mean, come on. Oregon's like the state of the anti-vaxxers, like.
Yeah.
They were probably
even
happy.
The ostensibly left-wing people are like, no, I can't put the foreign substances into my body.
Yeah.
We
love that.
I think that part of it is like we may be like, maybe it's because we're from here, but we're very provincial about the like, I guess surprisingly right-wing politics of California. But I guess it is also like, I think also part of it is San Francisco is oversold as like a weirdo town. Whereas like, I'll say this, having just spent the weekend there, not derogatory, balls and strikes. Portland is a weirdo town. Like, let me just say this. I went to a very queer-friendly coffee shop, and I saw that they had multiple pride flags. And I just noticed that as we were leaving, they specifically had a trans pride flag, and then the original six stripe rainbow pride flag. Which I just knew, knowing how leftists and weirdos operate, is like, the reason you have this instead of the standard, like, everything pride flag is you have had some weird political argument with a different queer-friendly coffee shop in the city about how by saying trans lives matter and Black lives matter at the same time, you're promoting anti-Blackness or something by, like, underselling their struggle or whatever. Weird, inscrutable politics. But the real thing that was great is the guy at the cash register was like slightly larger than me and had a bushier beard. And I know I'm wearing a button up right now.
Know how big you are?
Huh? I think you said I'm a fat guy, so like
I didn't know you said you were a fat guy.
Okay, I'm a fat guy, not like substantially larger. I would say I'm the median American fat guy. He was like one slight step further. Anyway, the point of this is not to like body shame. It is just to give a general perspective because it was a magnificent sight what I saw. So it was that he had the like, you know, conservative fat guy beard. I think we all know what we're all imagining, that scraggly type of beard. Yeah. I think I'm also using myself is because I said I'm wearing a button up today. He was just wearing drawstring shorts and a t-shirt. I also saw him just fully packing.
Oh my god!
Was it like a pistol or?
It was a Glock, I think. Like it was a pistol, but it was like I couldn't tell because he was far off, and it'd be weird if I just wanted to be like, "Hey, buddy, I'd like to see your gun."
I didn't know what type of gun you have.
I'm pretty sure it was a Glock.
He probably would have liked that. He probably would have liked showing.
Yeah, honestly, he would have.
You know.
See, and that's when you should get a hot pink Burna. And you could be like, this is my Burna.
Just flash my hot pink Burma. Or I think it was a Glock because I also don't want to like disparage this man. I didn't see him do anything. I have no idea if he was unlicensed. I'm sure he has a concealed carry.
It wasn't concealed, was it?
It also wasn't concealed.
Yeah, so
I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I don't know Oregon state gun laws, but it was holstered correctly and like stable. It wasn't just like it was just tucked into his shorts. The reason I think it was a semi-automatic Glock is because it was more, the holster looked like it was more square than if it was just like a normal 9mm. Anyway, it was just very funny. I just watched that. It's like, yeah. This is, and then literally that was like the last time we stopped in Oregon, and then literally the second we get off, I wanted to make a joke comment about all of the like grungy people in Portland I saw, but I would have set a good example for my kids, and it wasn't because I was making fun of dirty people. It's because all of them had that weird androgynous mullet and skinny body type. I could not gender any of them. I was not confident in gendering them, any of them properly. So I was just like...
That's what they want, though. That's what they're going for.
I just don't want to be like... We were also in a situation where they very easily could have not heard my joke, but said to the kids, actually, I'm whatever. And then they'd be like, why did you misgender this person? I'm like, oh, God. But yes. Oregon is a land of contrast, and those are the people. Speaking of weird colors, what was he clearly wasn't telling the truth? What was the dude from New Orleans bit trying to do? Because he kept saying like, "My wife's an alien. She told me she bleeds green," and then he just
that's the dude was like, I swear it's just like that's what they do in bed is they role play her being an alien.
Yeah. Because he didn't seem like upset about it, and I think that guy
even mentioned, awesome. I love it.
Yeah. And then he was like, "Oh, and we have a kid together, so I love him," and he's like half alien. And he was just seemed excited about it.
Yeah, he was. You know what? He's excited. This is the first time he's been able to regularly have sex with his wife since the kid was born.
My theory is they've role played it so long he believes it now.
Yeah.
He's like, that's our go-to, and now it's true.
Here's my thing, though, and this is a very minor quibble, but at one point he said that I think it was her dad who was the alien, and it kept mentioning, yeah, he's from another dimension, and then at one point he said like, another planet, so it's like, wait a minute, are these interdimensional aliens or are these extraterrestrial aliens? I need to know. You don't seem to know, buddy. What's up? The classic move of, yes, she did tell me the name, but it's unpronounceable in the human language.
Yeah. I mean, can't she be an extraterrestrial and interdimensional?
Yeah.
I think you can. I guess my understanding is like if you're from another dimension, it doesn't necessarily have like you're not from Earth, but I don't know if the other dimension is just like a mirror universe or whatever, where it's like we also have planets and aliens, or if it's like we're like Cthulhu from like another like perception of reality or whatever.
That's why we need our next episode needs to be on one of these professionals.
I think he mentioned like her like hypnotizing him or something like that.
Which we love. What does that even mean? Who knows? He probably just got overly excited.
Yeah. Here's what it is. These are people with an above average sex life who are smart enough to know that they would be that Arrested Development meme joke of like, well, you know, sometimes when people are in trouble with a marriage, they'll open up their marriage. Does that ever work? Oh, no, never. But we might be different. They're smart enough to know that they need to have a healthy sex life, but they know there's so many landmines if they open up their marriage, especially since they started off monogamous. So they're just like trying all the shit of like, let's go. Let's see what's happening. I'm an alien. Great. Hypnotism. Let's do it. You know, blood play, but he's squeamish. So she has like, okay, you have to cut here. There's like a pack of like, I don't know, like gack or whatever. So it comes out. Because she doesn't like to be cut, and they got the wrong kind of movie blood.
Right. And could they be... So, when you're a swinger, are you considered polyamorous?
I don't know if you're... I think it's the same thing. Like, the same problem. I don't know if they'd be polyamorous, because... listen,
it's the whole like bisexual versus pansexual bullshit, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna briefly open up to say this, so we'll get yelled at less on the internet. As someone in
let them yell at us. I don't fucking care.
Okay, Chris, I know this is not a. It's great that your boom means nothing to me. I know what you like. I am saying this. I guess I'm saying this. The reason Misty and I don't like getting yelled at on the internet is I think because we're the ones who check the email for the show. So,
I mean, I think I've said before I keep with the bisexual identity because I like the flag way more than the pansexual flag, and that's my reason.
I mean, what do we stand on this show? People with eccentric thoughts and the petty. So I agree, being petty enough to be like, no, I'm bisexual because of the flag is fine because you're open-minded and accepting of others. Either way, I think with the swinging...
I say I'm not transgender because I hate the transgender flag.
You know what the problem, what we've done is that we just kind of like dropped that you were I'm going to try and do this to see if we can save the bit, as you were perceived as trans and like you didn't care or whatever, blah blah blah. We should have just said like, of the two male hosts, one is cis and one is not, and then just never addressed it and let them figure it out. But
I mean, I felt like I was doing lots of dog whistles. It was if you were trans, it would have been very obvious. Like if you were listening and you were trans.
Oh, okay.
Right. It would have been very obvious which person was trans and which person wasn't.
I guess I feel weird using the term dog whistle because I've spent so long
It's a dog whistle.
No, listen, you are technically using the word right. I am just saying from a cultural perspective, whenever we use the term dog whistle, I always think of someone who really wants to say the N-word. And I know that's not what you were doing.
No.
But anyway, I don't think swinging would work because I understand this type of person where you are the type of person who could get into something with your partner, but you're on such a precarity and your lives are so intertwined that like you risk blowing it up because Chris, I don't know how much I know you don't have any personal experience with this. I don't know if you know the stories, but like the typical thing of what happens if a couple opens up and doesn't become fully polyamorous or E&M or whatever, if they just like, oh, let's open it up or swing or whatever, the story is always the dude gets frustrated and the wife just gets railed to like ecstatic levels of pleasure. And I can see a man,
because there's a fundamental like mismatch between like, you know, like if it opens up, the woman can always get as much sex as she wants, right?
It's not a matter of the man is upset that he's not getting laid as much as his wife. It's a matter of, oh my God, this woman is actually perfect and can get a much better partner and can also have easy casual sex. And the dude is borderline banned from the sex club. Like, he brings bad vibes. We don't want him here. not a he's getting laid type thing. So yeah, I can see him not wanting to do that because he just knows, like, if I let my wife have sex with someone else, I am going to be living in Milhouse's dad's apartment with a race car bed, like within 9 months.
I think a story would have been cool then if we had swingers who encountered an alien couple.
Alien swinging.
Alien swinging, or like an alien, you know, that comes in and is like seduces the couple, and then they're like, we were tricked.
So basically, you know what? It's not alien related, but boy, do I have a couple for you. Laszlo and Nadia from What We Do in the Shadows. Yeah. So what you're saying is basically you want to hear a swinger story of like ostensibly normal people who did a full swap with Laszlo and Nadia.
Yeah, and they were like thinking about it. It caused, you know, both the wife and husband got too into the other partner, and then they settled on, oh, it was because they're aliens.
Yeah.
They had this power over us.
Mm-hmm. That would be interesting. Or, because there was another couple that wasn't on the alien line that had a ghost story of, it's like, I cheated on my wife. I cheated on my wife when she was possessed by a spirit of like a Victorian, like, war wife or something.
Justifiable.
War widow, yeah.
Yeah.
If your partner gets possessed by a ghost, it's justifiable to cheat on them.
If you're using their body, but there's also not a problem with consent. I don't know, but yeah.
Demon possession's a very common porn trope.
It is. I don't know. God, here's
Well, now
what
we have the new popular horror movie Obsession.
Yeah. Did we ever see that?
I haven't seen any movie.
I just saw it,
Either.
and so I mean, wishing for someone to love you and then them being taken over does cause issues with consent. Because if you knowingly sleep with your partner, if they're possessed, it's probably not good.
Yeah, I don't know. Unless she like willingly let the spirit enter her.
But then you're sleeping with the spirit.
No. So it's not cheating because
There's prior consent.
Yeah, so the woman says, I, War Widow Ghost, I give you full and complete consent to possess my body so you may do your non-violent way to solve the living. And then the husband, he sees his wife, and the wife goes, I want to have a lot of sex with you to get over my angst from the war. And you're like, I guess we're role playing. And then you have sex with her, and then there's all consent because he gave consent for the use of her body. He thinks he's having sex with his wife. You know, it all works out. Also, just I don't know. I don't. This is a weird kind of rant I have, and I don't know how evident it actually is or whatever. But folks, I'm not gonna lie. You briefly had me in the first half of this whole step incest phase when you're like, nah. We just like story with pornography. And that's the only way we can do it. And then you just straight up just stop doing that and then just title videos that. And then it's just straight gangbang. And then the occasion of like, oh, stepdad and stepbrother, horrible sex act. Like, that's not doing it for the story. That's just an unnecessary inclusion of a weird fetish.
Well, I think it. They have the title in there to try to get the people with the like incest fetish, right? And then when they just like a bait and switch, be like, no, it's just regular porn. So like people who just like regular porn be like, whatever, I don't care about the title. Because like I feel like most people when they're watching porn, they're like, I don't give a shit about what the title says. I'm going by the thumbnail.
Yeah, I don't know. This is again another area where I'm weird. I'm the freak who actually likes diet soda as its own thing. So like I'm just like,
well, I don't like watching porn at all because all video like filmed porn is shit to me. Pretty much all of it. Some of my amateur stuff's okay, but everything else is garbage.
You know, people say hipsterism died, but there's always people who are always going to love analog.
Well, like it's this. So like if you're filming porn, like and it has like actual production value, like that means that like you have to have a certain amount of money, and anyone with that amount of money isn't gonna make porn that I want to see because like I'm such a niche market, right? Like all the porn with trans men is just PIV, just dicks and I'm like, I hate it.
Sorry, the hand gestures.
Anyway, I hate that. It sucks. And I don't like watching porn.
But yeah, it was these are a series of how many calls did he take from? I think there were only there was dude's an alien. My wife's a frigid bitch. We got abducted, and then there's a dude who like I saw my wife shapeshift one time.
Yeah. Oh, into
I don't
a
remember
reptilian.
that one.
Because it was like 30 seconds, and it was clearly like, oh, dude, your wife actually has been taken and replaced by an alien, and it's weird, or you're having a bout of psychosis. It wasn't a story of a man's marriage falling apart. It was just a weird thing he saw when he was half asleep.
Yeah, and he was like, my wife turned into a reptilian, and then Art kind of starts joking with him. about it, but I think the guy believes he has a reptilian wife.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't a lot. I was hoping for more, but it was a lot of people called in with ghost stories, astral projection. Some girl got kicked out of
Oh
the
yeah.
astral plane.
Just snapped. You're not supposed to
Somebody
be
called
here.
to ask about Mel.
Mel's hole.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
So this is, I think we need to spend some dedicated time because, like, I think I'm on record as, I think I'm on record as my favorite episode we've ever done is either Mel's Hole or oh my god, Jean Lear. Uh, I think it'd maybe be the Obama birther episode if we spent more time on Larry Sinclair because I always love talking about him. But so yeah, it was. Do you think that Art was just kind of like knew it was popular but kind of over this guy's BS? Because he said like, "Oh, last I heard he was in Australia." So did Art just like forget the specifics of his last call with him, or did Mel go back to Australia?
I don't know.
yeah. I don't know what is more likely to happen. I mean, I feel like that guy would go back to Australia
Yeah.
just because he was having a fucked time here
I don't
for
know what it
reasons
like.
that totally aren't his fault, of course.
Listen, I think it's totally weird that an episode we thought was going to be about a series of people complaining about their failed marriages and their evil exes. Totally weird they would mention Mel's Hole in that episode. Unprecedented. In terms of that. I do feel like I have heard of like a lot of people who are like, time to just do a lot of drugs and party, like who are Americans go to Australia. Editing note, I may see if Hazel's available because her parents are Australian, so she knows a lot about Australian culture. What do you think he did when he went back to us? You know what he did? I know Chris will get this reference. So Mel went back to Australia and he basically did Kevin's dad's subplot in season 3 of The Leftovers.
That show was insane.
Hot take: season 1 is the best season, but like seasons 2 and 3 are just too messy and like, what the fuck are you trying to do? But I do appreciate them. In my mind, that's what Mel's up to now. He's doing the grandpa's subplot from season 3 of The Leftovers, which is just losing his shit in rural Australia.
As you do.
Yeah.
Listen, I can see if you're not like, if you're conservative but not like a psycho gun nut, why you wouldn't want to go crazy in the American Southwest. And if you like the desert, the Australian Outback's probably the second best place to go as an American to just be a weirdo.
Yeah. But really, other than those stories, it wasn't. I don't know if it was as exciting as we thought. Like, I was hoping for a really good alien marriage story. And I was kind of disappointing with these people. I was like,
it was refreshing because it was honest. It was like,
I feel I may be honest in that they believe they were being honest, but they're not honest with themselves.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I think we really need to do the the guests that they had that spurred this open lines.
Yeah, what is the alien infiltration going on?
Because like apparently the guest outlined all the signs that you're married to an alien and all this other bullshit. I'd want to hear that.
Yeah, we got to do that. You know what? Another thing I think that's helpful with Art Bell is even though it ends up being on the more like extreme libertarian part, he's a small C conservative. So like, I don't know anything about this guy, but I would not be surprised if he turns out to be H.P. Lovecraft like in the sense of H.P. Lovecraft wrote a story about how the evil Irish were diluting the pure blood of the New England stock, and his editor just went like, "We're gonna call these the deep ones and just move on." I can imagine this dude just talking about some elaborate thing of like, miscegenation is weird, and I'm gonna talk about that. And Art being understanding is like, yes, I have half Filipino children, so of course I understand why this might be unusual, but I'm ultimately fine with this process because love is love, which is kind of the theme we were trying with this episode. Yeah, is there ever anyone where it's like, is there any like hybrid or chimera things that just don't turn out to be weird sexual psychosis?
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Especially for, I mean, it's almost all men, I feel like, that talk about that shit.
I mean, remember, Coach Dave has his thoughts on the Nephilim and how UFOs equal transgender. Like,
but I think like, I don't know if we've really heard from women or anybody who identifies as not male regarding that.
I actually might have a hot take on this. I think we have. It's one of your communities, Misty. It's the monster fucker. It is.
Yes.
But it is these people. Here's what it is. These people have this like dark thing in their heart that they need to expel. So, because of patriarchy, women and gender fluid and non-binary and trans people can be like, well, this weird thought's about getting fucked by a monster or watching someone fuck a monster. I really need to deal with this thought. Guess I'll write a book about it. And dudes are like, this is self-serious. I'm going to make this my entire personality. Hi, I'm one of the pastors from Dark Hand or Shadow Hands. The devil's fucking your wife, and you're in the closet in a Superman costume watching. These guys are just the angry version of Jerry's dad from Rick and Morty. Like, it's just like...
Sounds like you're about to say Jacob is your lover.
No. Jacob is your mother's lover. I watch them. Sometimes from a chair, and sometimes from a closet. Almost always dressed as Superman.
Oh.
Right. I just feel like still, to defend the monster fucking community, they know it's a fantasy.
Oh, yeah, for sure. This is not a one-for-one comparison. This is like the same issue, and then just if we're looking at it in a kind of gendered way, men go crazy, and then the community just does it. They might have equal problems, but at least one of them is not, this is real. It's like, this is the fiction I'm associating with it.
Yeah, I think it feels like with the men, they just go down this dark road of getting so obsessed with it, and they don't have a healthy outlet.
No.
For their belief system. Like, they just work themselves up into a tizzy and are like, these shadow men, these aliens are stealing our women.
What it is, and this is another thing of like my biggest complaints, is that we as a society, we have no nuance, and we don't know how to properly compartmentalize.
I don't know if there's much more to say about alien marriages. I do think we need to go back and watch The Professional on the matter.
We do. Also, if you have an alien marriage that you would like to talk about and tell us how we all got it wrong, you can leave a voicemail so you don't have to call live. Oh God, just briefly, how great was it that there was a guy who was just testing the two things from the non-alien? One, I really liked the dude who just accidentally called in and was like, oh, Art, am I on? He's like, yes, sir, you are. It's like, oh my God, it was an accident. I just wanted to make sure it was in for next time. Please. And then this is why Art Bell is the fucking master. He's like, this dude knows how to properly present himself and to be on the radio. I'm going to have a brief conversation with him to kill like 2 minutes because he's on. So why not? R.I.P. Art Bell.
Rest in peace, King.
The wrong crazy conservative who hosted Coast to Coast died.
Like, there were a lot of like calls that just came in to say, "Oh, like we're glad you're back, Art." And then there was one that was just like asking about like him thinking about his legacy. And then there was a
Oh
guy
yeah,
like
that one.
he's like I hate thinking about my legacy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
That is a good. I think it's one of those like. I think that's a little bit of a chip on his shoulder of like he. I think he's fine being Art Bell, but I think he feels like having something is a legacy more than just I did things. So I think it's probably a sore point of how much he hated Coast to Host towards the end of his life over what it had become.
Mm-hmm.
And then also like I will say this is the people wishing back is like I don't want to get too into it because that's a huge controversy, but let's just say Art Bell probably has the most fraught and inconsistent broadcasting career where there were no problems with upper management. He famously retired from Coast to Coast like 4 times. Like, yeah, like in 2000, he was like, well, I'm retiring. Bye. And then a new guy came in and he sucked and everyone hated him. And then Art Bell came. It's like, hey, everyone, my retirement was just my child went through a severe trauma and I needed to spend time and help them deal with everything going on. I'm back now. And then he was back for a couple years. And then he retired again to let George Norrie go on. And then Norrie was Norrie, so he's like, I'll guest host every so often. And then he just stopped like showing up, and then he started on Facebook saying like, I fucking hate Coast to Coast. These people suck, blah blah blah. And then he started so Midnight in the Desert was not his first attempted comeback. He also had a show called Dark Matter that ended after 6 months.
He also had Dreamland.
Huh?
Didn't he have Dreamland?
Dreamland was with Coast to Coast. That was like his Sunday show. So it was part of Coast to Coast. And then so he officially disconnected from Coast to Coast, did Dark Matter, and then like 6 or 7 months after it started airing, it didn't get canceled, but he stopped doing it for reasons we're still not entirely sure of. And then the show we listened to, Midnight in the Desert, it lasted less than a year because he's like, people are trying to kill my family. Goodbye. And everyone's like, what? And then J.D. Vance was part of an evil conspiracy to create an opioid crisis, and sadly he passed away in 2017. So fuck you, J.D. Vance, for killing a real American.
Mm-hmm.
He did more in his service in the Air Force, where he was basically just a radio dude, than you have done in your entire military political career. You fucking asshole. I hate you. I hope you're miserable. I really hope your child grows up to understand what you are. I don't know why I'm mad at J.D. Vance right now. It's just very funny to make him feel bad. With that, I think we are...
There's Rogue.
Yeah, Roanoke is here. She is running around.
Got the zoomies.
She has the zoomies. I have officially moved out, so I am in my new house. Rogue is marking it. And the kids... Oh, by the way, we're coming up on our 50th episode. We have a request. This is why you should call our line and actually contact us and make requests. We got to do a werewolf episode soon because older child has said that first of all, older child is very upset that we have done many not cryptid conspiracy theory episodes. They are not a fan of us just meandering about. Remember how we were just apathetic? Someone shot the president.
I mean, and it would celebrate the werewolf movie coming out on Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
There's a werewolf movie coming out.
Robert Eggers.
Mm-hmm. Robert Eggers.
You two went to see Nosferatu on Christmas, don't you, right?
Yeah, Chris and I saw Nosferatu together, yeah.
Okay, so...
What a time.
It's just like, I'm incredibly horny and differently unsettling and weird.
Right.
Yeah, so we'll definitely do an episode about the Robert Eggers movie when it comes out. They want a werewolf movie, or werewolf thing, soon. Also, when they were complaining about our political conspiracy theories episode, when I brought up we basically did a month straight of alien episodes, they just looked me in the eye and said, aliens don't count.
Aliens don't count? What?
That because I always introduced it because they're like stupid and they're not going to listen because we use big words and talk about stuff. So I just say it's a Bigfoot podcast, and they were like, "Oh, so other cryptids." So the kids think that aliens are something different. They're a different category. So,
but as we know, Bigfoot is an alien.
Well,
kind of an alien.
We are going to be exploring that theory more on our 50th episode with fan favorite or host favorite director Jeremy Corbell. So that's going to come up in a couple. It is so weird that it's so weird we're almost at our 50th episode and that we all completely forgot about our 1-year anniversary.
We forgot.
Yeah. It happens. So actually I think we're at like, I don't know. We're at a low enough number where fuck it, unless something crazy happens, like we find an alien xenomorph in Lindsey Graham's colon from the autopsy, I say we just do a straight run of cryptids till 50.
Sounds good.
All right. In which case, send us your cryptid note, and if possible, we'd love of just your cryptid experiences as a story, discussing and dissecting them. Until then, for American Dreamland, I'm Max Chavez.
I'm Misty Stone.
I'm Christopher Walken.